Happy Wednesday. I know this is a different night, and I did go live at noon today, but we had a few techie glitches, so let's hope this works. Let me know when you're here, and we should be on, this is the scary part, we should be on both YouTube and Facebook at the same time. I know, so high tech it scares me, but I think we got it. So I have a card to show you tonight that's using, again, the Celebrate Sunflowers. That's our stamp set for the whole week. Every card that I do will be using this one. I'm picking one stamp set so that you can see that there's multiple things you can do with it, not just the one card that I happened to show you on Monday. So, Celebrate Sunflowers. But tonight I'm adding the dies set to it. Now the dies coordinate with the stamp set, but some of them stand alone. In fact, we're not even stamping the dies tonight. So let's get going. Let me bring you down. First thing is I want you to be sure that you go to karamiller.com, click on classes, and find the free classroom. It says, yeah, I know Cricut, but I want to learn how to stamp or something to that effect. But in there, all the lives that I do, anything that I do, any project that I do, the video is there and the supply list and my tutorial. Yeah, I give you a tutorial too. Hey, I'm like that. And it tells you what your cuts are, gives you some little short photos to help you remember. So, anywho, go do that. It's a free class. Anybody can join, okay? All right, so we are going to start with, and let me bring this back to show you. This tells you right here, start with thick basic white, 8.5 by 11. Cut on the short side at 4 1/4. So that will give you 2 of these, all right? Then it's 5.5 by 11. You're going to score at 5.5 and 2.5. Okay, so let's do that part. And I wanted to show you how that works. I am using the Stampin' Up! Trimmer because it has both a cutting blade and a scoring blade. Love that. Only one tool that does 2 things. So at 5.5, make sure I use the scoring blade, which is the lighter color. If you can kind of think it through, it's lighter pressure, doesn't cut, lighter color. Yeah. Or you can always tell by flipping it over and looking at it. Just don't stick your finger under to tell, because that is super sharp. All right, so we're just going to score at 5.5, and we're going to score at 2.5. The reason we're doing this is this card ends up being a gift card holder. Let me show you. When you open it, see, you have a place to put a little gift card in. So this can be like a it's a cute card. Hey, Lynn, welcome. I know, I'm so much happier, Lynn. Have to tell you. It's a long story. But yes, thank you so much. All right, so we're going to fold that in half. And then we're going to fold this in here. So we're folding both of our folds inside. All right, we're going to actually create the card before we start decorating it. And I am using tear and tape because this place where the gift card holder part, that's going to get used a lot. So you want to be sure that it holds really well. So tear and tape is perfect for that. And it's called that because it's tape and you can tear it, right? Super easy. So we line this up right along the edge and then just tear it off. If you end up with too big a piece, no worries, tear it again. All right? And then we're going to do the other side too. And you want to go as close to the edge as you can so that you have plenty of room for your gift card to pop in there. Apparently I'm having a great deal of trouble doing this with you guys. Usually it goes way simpler, but you know. And then I'm going to just take my little pokey tool and I'm going to pull this tape off. And now it's super sticky and press it down. All right. So there is the basic card structure. All right. Then let's look back here in our directions. Now it wants us to cut a 4 by 5 1/4, a 4 by 2 3/4, and a 1 by 3 1/4. This is from the Flowering Fields paper. I love this paper. But I'm actually using the other side. So this is going to go right here. So when I close up my card, it looks really pretty. You can still write on that, even though it's a pattern paper. If you want to, you can always, you could always put a piece of white over that, but I don't have any trouble with using a dark pen and just writing my sentiment in there. It's kind of pretty. This paper isn't that dark that you can't write on. I'm using my Stampin' Seal because I'm just doing paper to paper, and it doesn't need this heavy duty that the tear and tape is. So there's that, okay? Then I'm going to take this piece, the 4 by 2 3/4, and that is going to go right here on the front. Right? All right, cool. Now I can take my little gift card, make sure it fits. There we go. Super simple, right? Okay, now I'm ready to decorate the front of my card. The cool part about this is we're going to stamp and we're going to die cut. So we have this piece, which is 1 by 3 1/4. And then I need my basic white, 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. This is going to go right here with my sunflower on it. I don't need it yet. But I need this one, which is what I'm going to stamp on. And this is 3/4 by 3, and that's going to go right there. I am taking my old olive, and I am using Let's Celebrate You. I'm going to ink that up. Remember, when you put your stamp down, steady pressure. You don't have to do heavy pressure, just steady and no rocking. Just gently put this on. Line her up, and steady pressure, right? Easy peasy. Now I'm kind of off the edge. It's a little crooked. We can fix that. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to do it on the other side. Much better, okay? Flip you over. Little adhesive, and this is going to go right here. Let's celebrate you. All right, save that. Put my ink away. And now I'm going to use my mini die cut machine. The cool part about it is even though this is a good size die, it still fits in the mini. So here's the instructions, right? Plate 1, plate 2, my mango medley, and my die. And you notice it fits right on there, right? And then my top plate, and I'm going to feed my sandwich through. You kind of want to have a little bit of a gap so they're not all lined up straight. That way it will feed into the machine better. It's hard when I'm holding it for you and then keeping everything where it belongs. Get in there. Everybody happy where you belong. We are. And then just gently crank. And if I crank it really crazy, I shake this table on you and it makes you dizzy. So I try not to do that. So I'm going slow. If I go fast, the table wobbles and then my camera wobbles. We don't want wobbling. But I want you to see it. So happy medium here. Okay, the cool thing about this one, when you pull it out, what do you see? All these little pieces, like confetti, just drop right out of your sunflower. It's so cool, I love it. And you get this super delicate sunflower. Come on, you guys, you can come out. All right, so let's clean up our mess. These are the things that'll stick to the bottom of my feet and end up in my bedroom later. Yep, they will. Or when you take your socks off, you end up with these. The funniest place I found those Whoops. All right, almost done here. And for some reason, I've got two little pieces. It didn't quite come through. And I think it's because my plates are a little worn, but it works. Or because I cranked it so silly slow. To talk to these a little bit. Come on, you gotta, there you go. All right. All right, so this is gonna go right here. I could take a minute, and I did on my sample card, but I don't want to keep you guys waiting while I do it. And you just kind of poke through all these little pieces, and they just kind of poke out. I do have the brush. There's a little die brush that'll do this too, but you know, this is fun. I like playing with the pokey thing. And it doesn't matter if you take them all out or not. It kind of adds dimension to your flower, but they do come out. And then we pop this on here. We are now working towards the end. Now, the next one, I'm gonna move you out of the way, is I'm gonna use my Pear Pizzazz, and I'm going to use this center, which is gonna give me the center to my flower. I could put you back in if I wanted, whoops, but I want a different color. So I want my Pear Pizzazz. I'm gonna use these two little sprigs. This is all part of that same die set. And then these double leaves. Now I could stamp these leaves if you wanted. In the stamp set, there is a coordinating leaf that I could stamp. I'm not doing that tonight. And then I'm gonna, same thing, two on top of one. Slide you in here. Put two on top. And then slide it on through. There we go. Oh, sorry, I hate that wiggly thing. I should move the camera over to a different table. All right, we're getting there. Do-do-do-do. Now, one more thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna take your little sponge. This is just a piece of the sponge. The sponge comes in a whole circle, and you just snip off, start building yourself a little Pac-Man. And I am going to do the edge of my circle. I wanna give it a little more dimension. So we're just gonna go right around the edge. I'm using Old Olive, which is a little darker than Pear Pizzazz, and I kind of like that. And then I'm going to take a dimensional. There are these little foam gizmos. Hey, Vicki. Hello, hello. Welcome. How are you? And then I'm going to pop you right in the center of my sunflower. Then let's move these dies out of the way. We're almost there. Moving right along. All right, we're going to take this, and this is going to go right here on the front of the card. Because I want it to be good and sturdy, I could just use my Stampin' Seal, but I want it to be good and sturdy, and my tear and tape's right here. I'm going to grab that too. So I'm going to flip you over, and I'm going to tear and tape two strips, but only on this edge. I don't want to go on the whole thing because I want the card to still open. I'll show you what I mean in a sec. There's one. This is going to give it a really sturdy hold right there, which is going to be good. It's going to make sure that stays on the front of my card. So just kind of peel off this paper. Come on. And this one. I'm having a lot of deja vu because I really did do this earlier today. It just didn't, the recording was not good. Okay, so there's that, right? I could leave it there. We're good. But oh no, we're not done. We are going to take these little sprigs that we have 2 of, and we're going to take a glue dot. And where's the end of our glue dots here somewhere? Feel it right there. And we're going to just put a little glue dot on the back, push it down, lift her up. And then I'm going to take it and tuck it under the edge. Get under there. There. It's going to get covered up in a minute, so it's no need to worry. And then this one. And again, I'm going to tuck just the edge under. Okay. Then this is going to get some seal. And this is going to go right here, lined up on the bottom. Yeah, it's covering up my sunflower, but that's cool. And then these little buggers, my little leaves, are going to get some more glue dot. And they're going to cover up this piece right here. They tuck under, and I just kind of, so they get some dimension, just kind of peel up a little bit on the, curl it up a little bit. It's going to go in an envelope, so it's going to squish it down, but it's going to want to pop up. And then tuck you under there, and there you are. Right? Super cute. Not really hard, but super useful because now it's got a gift card inside. So it's more than just a card. If you don't want a gift card, you could always tuck a little note in there, a little secret pocket. And one more use of the Celebrate Sunflowers. Love it. Ooh, hate that glare. Make sure that you just head on over to karamiller.com, click on classes, enroll in this free classroom, and you will see all the things that we talked about today. It's all right there for you. Awesome.